And welcome to the Down in Front Podcast video teaser edition. I'm your host Warren, and I'm with a bunch of my best friends. Tonight we're going to give you a very quick sneak peek of the actual video teaser of Mother, directed by Darren Aronofsky. Stars Jennifer Lawrence, Javier Bardem, and a bunch of other pretty actually good actors and actresses. So I'm really excited to actually kind of talk about this. I'm actually going to toss it over to Brylan and say, Brylan, how about your boy? What you thought about Mother?
I think probably the best part of this movie is Javier Bardem. He gives a stellar performance where we've seen him in a movie where he's a super vicious evil guy, and we've also seen him be very charming. Mm-hmm. And he's able to balance and blend those both together in this movie really well.
Yeah, I mean, it was really nice kind of watching him, and as much as we, I think the last thing we talked about was Pirates of the Caribbean, but he really kind of gave us his all, and it was just, he's a great actor, and I would love to see him in more work. Blewett, what's up?
Yeah, so I thought a movie like this should balance that act between being being ambiguous enough so that the audience doesn't immediately get it, while still having some sort of breadcrumbs to ultimately lead you to the movie's point. And I thought this film kind of did both extremes. It hit you over the head with metaphors that you simply could not avoid, and then it also had components that were unfollowable. Yeah. Like, you had no idea why you were watching and hearing what you were watching and hearing. And I think at the end that it really suffered because of that.
Yeah, it was a bit confusing just overall sort of watching this movie. And it really felt like it was going to go one way and maybe went the other way. And it was just really, sometimes really tough to follow. Mocha, how about your boy?
Well, to your point, Warren, the film started off having a sense of exactly what it was and what sort of story it was trying to tell. And when it made its way through that pretty consistently until one moment where it just suddenly takes a quick left turn and the entire story that you thought you knew went to shit, and not in a really good way. I think that sort of jarring moment was really unsettling for a lot of people who saw this movie, but not in the kind of way you want with a theatrical release film.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad when you see people, you're sitting down and people say, what? Wait, what? What just happened? It's probably not a good sign that you probably lost some audience, because we thought it was going to go one way, but apparently it went 3 different ways at the same time. It's kind of weird. I thoroughly enjoyed the actual set. I like the scenery. I like the set, especially the focus on the particular kind of house and how they had a couple of different sort of comparisons to that with Jennifer Lawrence's character. And I just love at the end of the scene that there was this huge sort of mass sort of chaotic sort of moment that was just very powerful. And I thought it was really shot really well. So we're excited. We're pumped to really kind of get into this full feature sort of podcast, but you can find a lot of our work. So we're the Down in Front Podcast team on Apple Podcasts, on Stitcher, on the Google Play Store. Feel free to find us as Down in Front Podcast. As well as we have an email, we have our Patreon, we have Twitter, we have a Gamecast. We have a lot of different work, so we're going to be putting it out there. Feel free to find us some of our work on patreon.com/downinfrontpodcast, so you'll be able to kind of donate to us to help us out just for $1, just so that we can continue to kind of keep doing as much as we're doing, as well as definitely kind of respond to us on Twitter. So that's @_DAFP. That's @Down in Front Podcast. That we're going to be asking questions, putting a lot of polls up there, and really, really getting a lot of more audience entertainment and interaction. So thanks so much, and get ready for a full episode of David Aronofsky's Mother. Bye!